Alright, Soorej, so we were on to the review of this blocking plus stage of exercise number 3 in stage 2. So we just had a look at your front view. Now we are on to the side view. Let me play it. Alright, almost there. So very small things. The file submitted is slightly low res. I would have preferred slightly higher resolution to give the reviews. Anyways, so let's go frame by frame fast. Alright. At the beginning, I feel the weight slightly towards the back because the foot is above the floor and it's moving, and whole weight seems like behind this foot. So I don't see a forward motion. I see that this guy is going to fall back to start with. Alright, then you have something where the guy places the next foot which slips. I would suggest to make a breakdown between these two frames to get a better idea. Right now it's slightly deceiving our eye. We are not able to know if it's good or not. Maybe here this foot should be, like this. Slightly, you might be watching the video in which it may be shoes or something in which you don't see that turned toes, but it's more believable to have the toes turned because the rear foot is placed, it's putting pressure on the floor, so it cannot have such a vertical foot touching the ground and not turning the toe at all. And I don't know why this foot is dancing here. There's something wrong. And we are having the rear foot totally pinned. It's totally pinned. It's not moving at all, which is wrong. Okay, now it's making this fall. Here we have a chance of playing that drama. When it's throwing it, the guy has to squash a lot. It has to turn its line of action towards this direction. He has to squash a lot, and after the throw he is totally stretched, so we can design the curve slightly stronger, which is the designing part we talked about in the front view. So let's design the poses so that it becomes more contrasty. It has more contrast, so it becomes more interesting, more entertaining, so aesthetically more pleasing, belonging to the language of animation. So it's type of simplification or it's type of emphasis also. We are trying to emphasize a point to make it more interesting. So while it's making the throw, it's quite twisted. I mean, not twisted, it's quite curved, squashed, and after the throw it's stretched. So let's stretch it better. Maybe let's have a totally straightened leg and maybe totally curved torso like this. I don't know till which point your arm will go, but we can have a more interesting drama here of contrasting poses. This is called one of the trick, contrasting poses. The curve should have a contrast. Stretch and squash, more contrast is there, more interesting it becomes, more energy we can see in that. So try to make like this. Designing your video may not help you that much. You have to use your aesthetics. So once you have this, after that you again have a chance of getting a squash, which is an excellent opportunity. So you have a squash, then stretch, and then squash. So it's going to make very energetic movement and animation. One thing more, when this guy is falling, this guy places his foot on the floor. It puts on the floor and the leg is turned in a angle, and after that he just rises, I guess. So it looks like that this leg is made of wood. We would rather have this guy, when he's falling, we should rather have the leg stretched first when it tries to place, and then have it turned. So it's going to give a more weight feeling also. So I guess there should be one extreme in between this and this, when the guy just places the foot with slightly stretched leg. Alright, then it slips, and then this guy is doing all this drama. Again, this falling part, when the guy is falling, we can have the position of the torso more in a flow. Okay, here, maybe here he is getting imbalanced. Sorry, he is getting imbalanced, and then he's easiest for you is to start with the portion when this guy is falling on the floor. So I see type of abrupt movements. We should rather have let me see if we find something in it. Look at the way it is moving. क्या करें? चलो, let's take this portion first. It is touching this portion, and let me just a moment. I'll just continue this video, just a moment.